And what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's singles analysis video. And by the way, guys, I have Sean here with me. Okay, we're going to be dissecting this chart today. And Sean, say hi.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Krisha, I don't say hi. It's always good morning.
It's always his the triple good morning, good morning, good morning. But yeah, I know Sean's been eyeing singles. In fact, he brought this chart to my attention, so I figured it's fitting that we have him on this analysis video. So, Sean, were you just kind of scouring through all coins, or did you use the dashboard for this? What was it?
Nope, it was the dashboard. I was looking at the dashboard, yeah. And for a while, actually, saying if you do actually pull up the dashboard, as you guys know, I love the high time frame, so I've been eyeing singles first on the 4-day, the 2-day, and then most recently it switched and gave us the signal this morning on the daily, as well as the 4-hour and the 12-hour. The 12 hours are yesterday, actually, so I've been kind of building up mentally to be taking a position on this one.
Okay.
So I do have my initial position because of the daily and the 4-hour time frame and the 12-hour, blah, blah, blah. But I'm looking to add as well now. So it depends on what singles does in the coming near future.
Yeah, so the way I so he brought to my attention, and I kind of just went on over to the dashboard to see if this was actually giving us a good long signal. Now, I usually kind of stick to that 2-day time frame, right? For those of you who have the Mango dashboard. By the way, for those of you who don't have the Mango dashboard, there is a free version. I'm going to link that above. You can find it on app.mangoresearch.co. You can go ahead, play around with it. All the features are the same on the free version as it is on the premium version. Okay, you get to just check it out. Go wild. But okay, so the way I sort of filtered here, I looked for long only trends, right, on top, long only trends. And then I noticed that if you just filter through reversal date, for those of you who have the dashboard, you'll notice that singles is actually third on the list, right? Singles BDC, flip long a day ago. And since then, guys, you are up 22%. Okay, so I thought this was really, really strong. So I went ahead onto the charts, and now, Sean, I'm currently on singles BDC on that weekly time frame. So you can keep up with me here. I don't think you can see my screen. So you can pull that up. So Sean is new to my altcoin analysis video.
Fresh guest.
Fresh indeed. But no, Sean, I usually sort of start off with those high-level horizontals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's how I sort of break down. This is my little process that I have here. And let's go ahead and mark some out. So I have the first one at 137 sats.
Yep, I have that too.
Okay, and I do believe there's one sitting right here at around 71 sats. That's like the most immediate sort of support, I guess the second support that we have underneath us after the 137 sat region.
Yeah.
Right, and you said that you found resistance, and it makes sense, right, at 178? Is that where you see it?
Yep, around 180-ish to round it off, but to be exact, 178, 179.
Yeah, I kind of just read the numbers off of my little scale here, so I don't usually go to I don't round.
Yeah, I bet the community loves you for that. Everyone wants exact numbers.
Yeah. It's good though, right? It kind of makes it easy even to dissect the chart. But okay, now these are the horizontals that I have. Now the most immediate resistance, like you said, is at around that 178, 180 region, right? 180 sat region. I do believe price is hovering right underneath that region right now. But the next one, Sean, the next point of resistance, if we manage to clear out this 180 sat region, the next point of resistance is only at 252. Is that what you have as well?
Yep, I do. And that's what I'm gunning for. That's why I'm holding on to this position, looking for a break and a retest and adding to my position accordingly. If we do see that continuation, is going to be a nice win. Yeah,
that's going to be a good 44% to the upside.
Indeed.
And I don't know about you, Sean, but I've been noticing that, while this is all like, levels on the weekly time frame, if you're looking at many of the coins that actually did rip up, you'll notice that it's not giving people a chance. Like on the weekly time frame, I've sort of been waiting on like these weekly retests or like a break and a retest, and it's not giving anyone a chance. It's just ripping right through. The volatility is insane.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I mentioned in the ADA video, right? Or Cardano, ADA. I'm not sure how to pronounce it before people come into the comments and start giving us a hard time. But what I mentioned in that video was, yes, this is a major weekly resistance, but even closing a 4-hour or a 12-hour candle is likely going to be good enough to take a position, because it's a major level on the weekly time frame that, one, we haven't even cleared multiple 4-hour candles over, and two, the market has been so aggressive in bidding up breaks of major weekly levels that instead of waiting for the weekly level to actually clear, having a weekly candle close above it, people are front running that decision, and because of that, it's pushing the market higher into the next resistance before the week can even close.
Yeah,
that's what's been happening.
No, I completely agree, and I'm noticing. But another thing I'm noticing is that every time it enters like the super high volatility zone, like I just find that it's like almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy where price just shoots up. Yep. Right? It's not giving anyone a chance. But now let's actually pull up our Ichimoku cloud. I'm not sure that there's much on here.
What time frame?
Notice on the weekly. I'm still on the weekly time frame, Sean. Okay. Notice the Ichimoku cloud. If you pull it up, the Kijun actually is just right below that next point of resistance at 252 sats.
Okay.
So I usually kind of look for these things wherein I'm looking for some sort of confluence between, say, cloud levels or even EMAs or something, and our horizontals. So
if you look at the Tenkin too, Krisha, you'll see that we broke past the Tenkin, and the Tenkin sitting right underneath the 133 level that we just talked about, right? The support level.
Exactly.
So if you do the math, right, the trade between the Tenkin to the Kijun on the weekly is pretty much the same trade in terms of profits, at the very least, that we are taking between 136, that horizontal, to the next level, 250. That's why I tell people, right, if you're confused or you're new to trading, the Ichimoku, even though it sounds so complex and scary, it will make your life a lot easier.
Yeah. And one thing I want to bring to your attention, guys, is that singles, okay, I'm sure they're called SingularDTV. The ticker is SNGLS. You can find it on Binance. But we were actually we were holding this region here at around that 137, 133 sat region as resistance, okay, all the way since June of 2019. So it's been 1 year. 1 year of us actually hovering underneath this level, and we finally managed to take it out and have a clear weekly candle body close over this. Okay, now I've told you guys that the consequences of this is pretty major, especially when price has held this as resistance for over a year. Okay, so we've managed to take this out. I do believe that we have some sort of, the beginnings of some sort of bottoming sort of formation here that has broken to the upside. Now, if we kind of go and look at the measured move of this on the weekly time frame, this will take singles all the way up to, what is this, 219. Okay, now that is the measured move that I have for that pattern right there. I'm going to color this a different color, make it a yellow, whatever. That way I can just differentiate between my measured moves and my horizontals. Okay, beautiful. Now, Sean, let's actually get on to some of the lower time frames, the daily time frame, and see what's going on there. Okay, put on that cloud. The cloud is my favorite. Okay, so Sean, is there anything that you're looking for in terms of time frames? If there's any sort of time frame that SingularDTV has been reacting well off of?
Well, to be honest, if you just look at the daily right now, you're going to see this bull flag-like formation we've broken up, closed a daily candle above 155, got the retest of 155 beautifully, bouncing higher. Now what I'm going to be looking for is essentially what you do, Krisha. I start with the weekly time frame, okay? Then I drill down lower and lower, right? So we got the weekly break. We got the retest of 135. We bounced above it. Now we got the daily break of the bull flag. Got the retest of 155. Bounce. Now what I'm looking at next is the 4-hour time frame, Krisha.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure you're going to get to that.
Wow.
But
I'm currently. I just switched on to the 4-hour time frame.
Yeah. So essentially, I'm looking at 166. If you put a horizontal right over there, you're going to see that is the bull flag break of the 4-hour time frame. Now remember, on the daily, we already broken out of the bull flag and retested and bounced, but now for continuation, right, to break that 180 region, I want to see a confirmation of 166 by confirming at least 2 4-hour candles above there and a proper retest and a bounce. If we get that with a break of 178, that's when I'm going to be looking for the next major level, 250-ish.
Okay, that makes sense, and I actually want to see this. Okay, so now, guys, this is the 4-hour time frame. I have 16. So you have 166. Okay, 166 is right about here. I'm actually going to place it right above these candle body closes here. Okay, guys. I'm looking at. So I'm on the 4-hour chart, Sean, and I'm placing my line at. Okay, no, this is still 166. Never mind. Even like the most sort of minuscule sort of moves of the line doesn't really do much. But I'm zooming out. Okay, I want to see how historic price action has reacted off of that line. Okay, now we're still currently on that 4-hour time frame. I'm going to zoom into this region right here. And what do you see here, guys? Look at the way price. Sean, I'm all the way back in May 14th, 2019 on the 4-hour time frame.
Okay.
And I'm looking at how price reacted off of that 166 region on the 4-hour time frame. Yep. And this too, guys, it's strong. Okay, so I like your level, Sean. I think it's really, really sound. And yeah, I do believe that if we manage to close over, we get supported on this line, chances are we're likely to actually make a move to the upside. Look at the way it got supported here, and look at the resistance here. Not resistance, I guess, but support. We broke it on June 22nd, 2019, and we had follow through to the downside. But that was a key level, okay? Key level that Singles actually broke to confirm that additional sort of downtrend. So yeah, I think 166 sats is going to be the defining sort of level over here in the more immediate hours of the day. I think that will sort of dictate whether or not we move up further.
10th October as well was a key level, a key date rather, where that level was tested, and you saw a massive push down. So
yeah, so this has quite a lot of significance on the 4-hour time frame, that 166 level, and I think that will sort of you think that could be the defining factor of whether or not Singles actually manages to close a weekly candle over 173?
It could lead to it. It could lead to cascading effects. We never know for sure, right?
Yeah.
We just have to risk manage accordingly. So as things start developing, we can kind of start add, like, again, none of it's financial advice, but you add to your position based on that hypothesis, right? And this is something that people tend to forget. When you add to your position, you need to get out of that add, right? You need to be able to de-risk that if that hypothesis fails. So what's the hypothesis over here? That if we close with multiple 4-hour candles above that level, then we should see continuation. If we don't see continuation and we see rejection, well, that hypothesis has been invalidated, and you need to, at the very least, get out of that position that you just added, or get out of the entire position. So that's how you stay risk-free regardless. So it's not about, will it happen for sure? We are not here to predict the future over here. We're here to take high probability trades with the right magnitude backing it.
Brilliant. And so right now I'm still on the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to switch on over to the 12-hour time frame, because now we've sort of solidified the fact that, okay, at this point in time, Singles is looking bullish, right? Mm-hmm. We've broken out of this beautiful symmetrical triangle / bull flag. Now let's talk targets. Now for this, let's say, the symmetrical triangle, I think we already went over the measured move, right? That took us all the way to that 214 region, I believe.
Let me see what I get. Yeah, I get 210-ish.
Yeah, 210, 214. But now where does the bull flag take us to?
Ooh.
Right, because this is a symmetrical triangle, by the way, guys. Symmetrical triangle right here, and allow me to draw the pole that will form the bull flag.
Oh, the bull flag takes us to 250-ish, somewhere around there, 250.
Right, so when I first tried this on the break, I believe I got that 250 region. And yeah, what do you know? So 245 for me. Now, guys, these are all like rough estimates, okay? So this is the 245 region for me, but what is important to note here is how the measured move is so close to the 253 weekly horizontal that we have overhead.
Isn't 245 the weekly Kijun, Krisha? So maybe...
Let's go and take a look at that. No, the weekly Kijun is sitting at 236 sats.
Ah, okay, cool.
This cloud is annoying. My cloud is like super off. Trying to get rid of it. Okay, well, that doesn't really do much for me. But,
you can scale.
Yeah, no, I just, I kind of suck at that.
Okay, I see.
I'm always struggling around my chart. But no, I like this. This is nothing that I look for, in that every time there's a measured move, okay, to any sort of level, I'll sort of plot a line there to see if this matches up with any sort of horizontal, or is close to any sort of major horizontal that really sort of solidifies, that makes it a more stronger level, a more plausible measured move that price could very well get up to.
I also do want to point out that the mango vine on the 12-hour pretty much called the top of the initial rally at 165 Satoshi. If you pull up the mango vine, you'll see the yellow flash. And then gave us a perfect buy signal at around 130 Satoshi, right? Which was
Oh man.
pretty much the weekly level that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a really good buy over there too.
It gave you two actually. So it gave you one right here, right, on the retest of the bottom of the symmetrical triangle, and then it gave you one on the test of the actual horizontal at that 133 sat region.
Exactly. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, this is beautiful.
And people tend to think that if you miss a trade that is trending, you just can't enter at all. That's not entirely the case, guys. You need to understand that the entire idea of a trend is that the market is likely to keep trending, right? Markets keep trending because that's how human behavior works. People like to buy things that keep going up and up and up and up. And this is a failing of traders that tend to have been hit by the market hard, like who've taken some losses. So when you are more towards the intermediate level, you tend to miss out on trending opportunities, while when you are an oblivious market participant, a new trader, you tend to just buy blindly and you get rewarded in a bull market. But I'm talking now more so to the intermediate traders who tend to miss out on trending trades because they don't understand this concept that markets that trend tend to keep trending, right? And you never know when it's really going to stop. So even if you did miss out, like kind of for me, right, I missed out on the buy of the mango vine, the initial buy at the very least, but that didn't deter me from not trying for the next trade, right? Because I was like, okay, the mango vine has given us the opportunity, telling us that this is likely to keep trending, because on the 12-hour we get much bigger moves, right? You don't need to get the perfect buy, just like Bitcoin, right, Krisha? You bought in at 7,600, that went all the way to 10,500-ish, right? But you didn't need to get in only at 7,700. You could have gotten at 8,200, right? 8,450, which was where I got in. And that I'm just trying to talk about kind of like more for psychological aspect that I'm trying to target over here, that when you're playing a trend, you need to be okay not getting the exact bottom of the opportunity.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's also like what you said, things that keep trending, things that trend keep trending. And another sort of, sort of fallacy that a lot of traders fall victim to is that as soon as they see something pump, let's just say that you were looking at a certain coin and you're like, oh, this chart is looking good, you want to get in. But as soon as you decide to get in, price just pumps on you, you're not able to get your position. And I noticed that the traders, they're like, oh, this already pumped without me. Okay, whatever, I'll go and find something else. Something that has an equal opportunity. Not an equal, you can't even say equal because sometimes there's literally no probability on that. But they'll look for a coin that hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Right?
And then it's like trying to play a laggard. Okay,
exactly.
It may never move, right? When something pumps, it's kind of proving your thesis, guys, right? You're adding more validation to your thesis. So don't feel too bad about it. Understand that on the pullback, you'll have an opportunity to buy with more confirmation, with more confidence.
Exactly.
That, hey, this market is moving, and there are other participants who believe that it is a good buy as well. And that's why markets move, because other participants think that it's a good buy as well. And that's what you want. You want these candles showing up.
And look for a chart where the path to least resistance is like in your favor, right? So when charts are trending, they're already bullish. Okay, so up, the direction, charts moving up, that is the path of least resistance. Okay, that's where the trend wants to go. And so be careful there, falling victim to those kind of fallacies. But no, this chart is looking bullish. Singles, Sean, is there anything else that you wanna say about singles? So we've spoken about targets. We spoke about the main support that we have underneath us at 166, right?
We talked about upside targets to 250, right? I do think that it'll be prudent for us to talk about downside targets and when we are completely wrong about this trade. And that should be pretty obvious to you guys by now. We've been talking about the 130 Satoshi level, right? To be exact, you could say 128. Taking out 128 from here would have me eyeing a move all the way down to around 75 Satoshi that I think we mentioned. Yeah, somewhere around there, 75, perhaps 76 to be exact. So we do not want to be losing those levels at around 125 to 130 Satoshi. We close a candle underneath there, even a 4-hour candle, and I'm expecting quick follow through all the way down to 75 Satoshi-ish. So that's downside targets, right? So we talked about upside. It'd be prudent for us to also mention downside. And with that, there's not much more to discuss, Krisha.
Yeah, and for now, this chart is looking good, bullish. Guys, we close the next 4-hour candle in about 35 minutes, give or take. Okay, so what we're looking for now is price closing about 166 and looking for this consecutive 4-hour candle body closes over that. And I think that this would still be in bullish territory. Okay, and that's it. That's all we have for you for SingularDTV with this. Trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way, guys. Ciao.
Ciao.